Hey everybody, Rob Nelson here. Today I want to talk about how you would take a drone like this and create a 360-degree photo that you could use in a virtual tour or some sort of other cool application. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because certain applications will make 360-degree photos. You can also take a drone, attach a 360-degree camera to it, send it up in the air, or you can just use an old drone. This is actually a new Phantom 4, but you could use an old Phantom 3, Phantom 1, anything that you can take pictures of, and you can make a 360-degree photo by stitching them together. And it's super simple. I'm going to show you how to do it. I actually am doing a collaboration on this video with All Terrain Family. Mike Henderson sent me a bunch of images from Nevada, and I'm gonna stitch them together today here in the studio. It's gonna be super fun. So let me just show you what I'm working with. He sent me all of these photos. What he did is he sent his drone up, it was an old Phantom 3, and shot a bunch of photos all in a circle, and then I'm gonna now stitch them together. So just so you know, what Mike actually did is he told me he bought Autopilot, which is a little app on his phone, and that allowed him to send the drone up, and it took all the pictures that he needed for a panorama. Now, you don't necessarily need that. If you take anywhere from 20 to 30 photos, all in a circle, you know, around, and then down in a circle, and below you, 20 to 30 of those images you can stitch together, because you're looking for like 30% overlap so that you can stitch them together in the program. So this is what he did. He sent me all of these. This is 23 images, basically looking out on the horizon towards Reno and Tahoe. And what I'm gonna do is then take these now and stitch them together. Now there's nothing I have to do. I could do some processing to this, but I'm gonna take the images that he gave me and just see what I can work up. So first I'll open up Photoshop. Now all you do is you go up here to File, Automate, Photo Merge. It's really quite a simple process. And then in your file merge properties, you're gonna go down to spherical, because that will create it as if it was this dome, right? And you can do this for this in the same way, creating a giant panorama photo. I'll go to Browse, just navigate to these images, show, select all of them. I will open them, and all I do is I click Blend Images Together and click OK. Simple as that. Now I let the computer do its thing. It might take just a second. Once it did its stitch, oftentimes it will look like this. This is basically an rectangular image where it's basically flattened out. But in this case, that's not what it looks like. It looks like this, which is completely messed up. Like, I mean, look at that. It's totally messed up. But there's an easy way to fix this. And I mean, you can see what's going on here. Essentially, if I crop down here a little bit, this is be a little bit easier to see. Essentially, what I'm doing is trying to create the stitch lines. Use my best guess at cropping this. We're going to delete the crop pixels. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this filter from Flaming Pear called Flexify 2. You have a 30-day free trial on it, so in case you want to test it out and you're going to use it for some of your stitching. This is what we started with, something like this, right? So I'm going to change the latitude, and you can see what's happening here. It's turning it more into a flattened image. And really, that's what we're just turning it 90 degrees. I'm going to click OK. That's what we want. There are obviously other programs that you can use to do panoramas, like some of these, but I'm doing it in Photoshop because most people that are doing this kind of work have Photoshop at least. And then you just fix the seam line with a combination of your healing brush, your clone stamp, and the pattern content aware fill. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, a couple quick techniques. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to offset this image and make sure I'm fixing both seam lines. So I fixed the one in the middle a little bit. I'll do a little bit more work on that. But you go up here to Filter, Other, Offset. And then what you can do is slide that around, and you can see here, then there's the seam that I need to fix right here, and you can see it quite clearly. And you see I've done a little bit more touching up. Essentially, this is my image. Now I just have to convert it into a 360-degree image. And to do that, let's go up to 3D, Spherical Panorama, New Panorama from Selected Layers. So it's going to take a second, but then it's going to turn it into a 360-degree image, and this is the coolest part. It's giving us a virtual representation of that flat image. So I can take now this image and I can scroll it around and see what we're looking at. And I mean, this is basically what we have to work with. You can see that, like, if you actually look really in detail there's a little bit of an error from my stitching. It kind of looks like there's smoke on the horizon. You could spend a little bit more time touching that up, blending those in. But the other blend layers, I mean, you can't see any of that. If I keep scrolling around, I think this must have been where the other stitch line was. But I did a pretty good job right there. You can see Mike, he's flying the drone from right there. That's his pilot position. Now I'm just skipping ahead now to a file where I actually did a little bit of work with it. I added some titles, I had some color correction. I kind of made this guy a little bit more of the sunset color that it was because the drone was adjusting for that. And then now this is what I have. I can rotate around it in all directions. I can see Reno, San Francisco, where Lake Tahoe is. Hopefully by watching this, you can start thinking about what applications you might use it for. I deal with a lot of scientists. I think if you were a scientist and you were showing your field site, this would be a perfect application because you could drop this into a website or you could share it with other people and say, hey, there's my field site. You could put on some 3D goggles and you could actually look around, but like from bird's eye view. But then the final process is going up here to the 3D menu, going to spherical panorama, export panorama, and I'm just going to call this one, this is going to be my exports, spherical map from Mike. Okay, I'll save that. And you can now add it to a 360-degree viewing platform. Facebook, for instance, you can just take that little JPEG file that it created, upload it to Facebook. It's going to have all the metadata in it to understand that it's actually a spherical image. Or the site that I really like is this Memento 360 site. So I've already uploaded it and now I can spin around it. I can share this file with other people. I can embed it on my website. Super easy stuff. I talked about all of this in the last video, so if you're really keen on the whole process, links to that down in the description. You know, I was thinking when I was doing this, I was like, is this too easy of a podcast to put out? Is this too simple? Because all you do is you photo merge these things together, and then you have to work on stitching the seams, and then you just have to know how to go up to that 3D menu in Photoshop. It's not that hard. But then I was like, you know, it's something that probably a lot of people haven't done before. So that's why I made the video on it. If you found it useful, definitely hit that like button. Give me a comment. I love hearing them. And a special thanks to our patrons who are helping support this educational content because it takes a lot of time. And to be frank, we don't get a lot of money out of this. It's mostly out of our free time. But I guess more than anything, I hope you guys are getting something out of it. Those of you who are watching, you're trying something new, maybe every week as I'm going along with these 52 weeks a year, because you're going to be a better filmmaker and photographer if you're doing that. So, oh, and a big thanks to my wife behind the camera. Here.
There you go.
There we go. She.
Who, me? I had a stitch of makeup on.
Oh no. Thank you, honey.
Jamboree.